Later.
According to 16personalities.com, I am INFJ, turbulent. And considering some of my social struggles, I would say that is, accurate, unfortunately. In fact, I have 0 friends in real life, and it kind of sucks. Like, oh, going somewhere? Well, I hope you like only having yourself to share your joy with, and the fact that you have to check over your shoulder a bunch, cause what if I get fucking kidnapped? Cause in all seriousness, now that I'm 21, skipped out on college, and skipped out on working a traditional job in favor of YouTube, I've come to realize how much I really miss being able to see friends IRL and consistently like I could have in high school. And if there's anything I miss most of all, it's being able to hug them and just vibe with them like you would. So with that all said, here are a few of your girls' socializing struggles. Or soul-shalizing struggles, you could say. Get it? Cause I'm G-Soul. Number 1. Oh god, they're going to think I'm a weirdo and stop talking to me at all. Syndrome. I already barely talk to people as is, but when I do, I'm always constantly worried about screwing it up and then they're never going to talk to me again. Side note, I think this is also kind of why I always get the, I couldn't hear you, could you please speak up? Because I don't speak that often. Like, just as an example, the Starbucks incident. Basically, I heard cafes are a good place to potentially make friends, and I wanted to write about some video ideas in a place that wasn't my room. Plus, I had one big goal in mind. To ask the barista what type of stories they'd like to hear. Excuse me, there's no bike lock outside. Can I put my bike in here?
Sure, yeah, that's okay. You can leave it right there next to that window where the front door is at. What size? Tall, grande, venti?
Medium? Is there an application form I can fill out because I saw y'all were hiring?
Yes, we are hiring. If you go to our website, there's an application form that you can fill out. Let me know if you have any questions.
Alright, 2 video ideas all thoroughly planned out. I still have not asked them what I came here for. Let's go do that. Wait a minute, haven't I been here for like 2 hours? Haven't I asked the same person 3 questions already? If I go up to them, what if it's just gonna be like, excuse me, may I ask you a question?
Excuse me, haven't you asked enough questions already? You've been here for 2 hours straight. Don't you have somewhere to go? Leave me alone.
What's worse is that would be in front of everybody. Everybody would have to see that, and then it'll get posted on Reddit, and then I can't even work here, and then I can't...
Wasn't something wrong with my hat?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, and the non-binary finery, is how I came up with this video. Sometimes I wish I was as good at socializing or just making the first move in life as I am at Souls games. This next part of the video is just going to be since, I mentioned Starbucks and the current times of the world we live in. If you want to skip that, just skip to the timestamp below. But since this was a big thing on social media and many people still do not know, I was going to acknowledge the, does Starbucks support Israel thing, only to do a quick Google search and reveal that, there is no evidence for that. That is in fact misinformation, for the most part. And hey, even if it was true, I always felt like there are a lot better ways to spend your time to achieving a ceasefire than, fighting over who is buying fast food or not that's already overpriced as shit. There's an example on screen. But yeah, enough of that. Number 2, the 3 to 7 people effect. I'm mainly used to just talking to 1 or 2 people at a time, so even if I have to talk to somebody and I don't know them, I'm usually not too nervous because I feel I can hold my own in just a regular conversation. And when there's 10 people, well, it's just so chaotic and large at that point that I'm not really worried about speaking up over somebody or maybe talking at the same time as somebody else. But then that's where the 3 to 7 people effect comes in, because it's too small to be what I'm used to and too large to just be chaotically fun, basically. Now I actually am worried about speaking up over somebody and being seen as rude, or if I don't speak up at all because I'm not familiar with the conversation topic, then I feel like I'm just not contributing to the conversation at hand. But at the same time, I also don't want to speak out of my ass and just say something I have no idea over. I'm mainly just used to listening to people anyways as my form of communication. That's how I learned about those people who fucked on the steps in high school, by listening to the conversation. I probably didn't need to listen to that, though. Phone call anxiety. Seriously, why do you have to make so many phone calls as an adult? I feel like it can even be scarier than in-person interaction just because, like, they're anonymous and I can't see them, and I feel like they're more inclined to just be a douche compared to if they could see me. That's also kind of why I can't really do online multiplayer games usually, especially if there's any sort of competitiveness to it. My biggest example, though, is the fact that there is like a hairstyling place not too far from here. And my bangs right now are pretty long. They actually cover my face when they're not on my sides. Plus, if that place knows how to work curly hair, then I want them to do their magic on me. It's just that you have to schedule it via phone call, and that just leads to a bit of, well, I'll just call them tomorrow. Well, I'll just call them next week. Maybe next month. This was in 2022, by the way. I still have not made that phone call. Crafting the perfect response syndrome. Is there somebody you want to keep in your life? Do you want to impress said person and make your conversation go well so they talk to you again? Then why not spend all of your mental energy crafting the perfect response and then never give said response because you spent too long crafting that response and the moment passed? Do I look good enough to go outside? Well, this is pretty self-explanatory. Before I wrap this up, though, I would like to mention a socializing success, since I don't really like to dwell on just negatives without any positives. But do you remember how I was nervous to ever, go anywhere on my own without anybody to back me up? Well, I had to do exactly that this June. So I'm from Philadelphia, and there's this important errand to run all the way in Center City. Basically, there was some legal stuff I wanted to do. It's not like jury duty or anything where you're forced to go. Maybe I'll make a video on that sometimes. It was something I wanted to do. And I have to get there from bumfuck suburbia to Center City via public transit. And that took about an hour and 30 minutes just to there. But wouldn't you know it? I made it. And not only that, I actually felt pretty safe throughout. This was the first thing I saw. City Hall is actually pretty damn beautiful, and so was the rest of the city. It's honestly pretty slept on. The fact that you can get around without a car is also amazing, and that's one of the reasons why I'd like to move there if this YouTube thing ever works out. Shoutouts as well to the current protest to actually protect our bike lanes. That'll also protect our civilians, pedestrians, cyclists, you name it. It's also genuinely exciting to actually see us make progress on this. Keep it up. But, just getting around this many people at once, even if I don't interact with them, is also just very nice to help me feel better about my isolation. I like people, even though I'm scared of them. I got lost in Center City, by the way, even with Google Maps, but eventually I found my way around and got what I needed to done. Sorry, I wasn't sure how to depict this, by the way. But then again, it's not like any of you background watchers would have noticed you and your 50 video essays you don't even remember. I don't either. I've been there before. On my way back, I actually found the love sign, the love park, the sign you find when you Google us. It's actually pretty tiny. But this was a pretty chill, zen spot. I figured I might as well enjoy it here. And then these group of, I think they were high school or college students on an end of the year field trip, just got around the sign and were taking a photo. But then I realized they're also bringing everyone else there, even if they're not on the field trip. It's a collaborative photo bomb, basically. And while I was intimidated at first, fuck it, I joined. With my cup of water. And then this guy saw me like that and he was like, oh, well. And then I had an arm around my shoulder. And honestly, that was kind of nice. I don't remember the last time anyone's ever really held me like that before, but that was also nice. And I didn't get any weird vibes from him or anything like that. So I wasn't really uncomfortable. It was just a nice little moment committing to the bit.